Hi friends, how are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing great. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, and don't forget to share our videos with your friends and family, yeah? Well, I hope you've been blessed with all the videos that I've been coming to you, and today we have a very amazing man of God who's going to come and speak to us on a topic called Higher View. So, let's just watch what he has to say today.
Hi, welcome to the other 167 for our short meditation today. Let's turn to the very first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 45, verse 5. Genesis chapter 45, verse 5. And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for sending me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. Because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. This is Joseph telling his brothers after some years. Joseph was the 11th son of Jacob. The father loved Joseph more than his other sons and gave him colorful clothes. Joseph had dreams and he told his brothers. When out in the field, Joseph's sheaf of grain stood upright, and that of his brothers came and bowed down to his sheaf. Also, sun and the moon and 11 stars came and bowed down to him. When they told his brothers, they guessed the meaning of it, and they wanted to get rid of him. When they saw him out and alone, and they coming to them, they said, "Here comes the dreamer." They put him into a cistern. Ultimately, they sold him to a traders coming for 20 shekels of silver, and they told their father, "The son is no more," because they showed him his clothes with animal blood on it, and his father believed it. Grieved for his son Joseph. He was now as a slave in Potiphar's home. Potiphar was a Pharaoh's official and chief of palace guard. God was with Joseph and found favor in Potiphar's home. And Potiphar put Joseph in charge of everything he had. Potiphar's wife was attracted to Joseph and she told him, "Come to bed with me." Joseph resisted it. One day, as when he was at home, when Potiphar's wife caught him, he left his cloak in her hands and ran away. And Potiphar's wife blamed Joseph and brought wrong charges against him, and he was put now in prison. In prison also, God was with Joseph. Pharaoh has a dream. While standing on the banks of Nile River, he saw 7 cows coming. They were sleek, they were attractive and plump, and now followed by 7 cows which were ugly and thin. And these ugly cows ate up the 7 healthy and attractive plump cows. The king did not know the meaning. He called his advisors, but none could interpret it. And here goes the word to the king. There's a man in the prison. The God spirit is in him. He can interpret dreams. And Joseph was brought in. Joseph told the king, there will be 7 years of abundance and prosperity, which will be followed by 7 years of famine. And gave plans. During the 7 years of abundance, collect and store grains so that it could be kept as a reserve for the famine time. And here comes the prosperity and followed by famine. During the time of famine, Joseph was in charge of everything. And from Canaan, Joseph's brothers comes for grains because of famine there. And in the chapter 45, Joseph recognizes them. They do not know him. And then Joseph reveals himself to them. And he said, with compassion, "Do not be distressed, do not be angry with yourselves, and because you sold me here. It was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you." Joseph had a high perspective of life, the higher view. What is the 3 things that could bring the higher view? I want to bring out here. Joseph had a godly character. When he was in Potiphar's home, when he was lured, he told like this, "No one is greater in my house than I am." He told Potiphar's wife, "My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" He was a godly man. The second point that Joseph had a higher view is he was at the center of God's will. He aligned himself to God's dreams and will for his life. And his journey from being a slave from Potiphar's home, in charge of Potiphar's home, and goes to prison and then comes as the chief of the Egypt. And the third point, he had a forgiving heart. He was not bitter. He knew everything, but he did not take a revenge. He had a father's heart. He had a compassionate and a forgiving and great heart. He had a higher view of life because he was a godly man. Joseph aligned himself to the will of God, and he had a forgiving heart. Shall we be in center of God's will? Can we have a forgiving heart? Can we also have a higher view of life? Can we have a godly character, that of Joseph? And God's grace will pour out into our lives. May God bless us to have a godly life, to be a center of God's will, and to be in the center of God's will and to bear fruit. Thank you. May God bless us with these words. Thank you.
Wow, what a message from Raj and Matthew. I'm sure you were touched. I'm sure you heard that when Joseph again met his brothers who was sold to the traders. Joseph was sold to the traders by his brothers. And when Joseph again met his brothers after a long time, he responded with a higher view in mind. Joseph had a godly character, and Joseph had God's will in his life as the center of his life, and he viewed his life, he viewed his family life from a higher view. And I believe we all would need to even view things from God's perspective. Amen. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, most importantly, so you get our notifications. So like the button, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell icon, and comment on our videos. Write to us on the email ID as shown on the screens. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and stay in touch with us. Yeah, we look forward to hear from you as you look forward to hear from us. Shalom, God bless, and enjoy the videos ahead in the coming days.